She said she didn't need Tommy, but the Season 3 trailer just proved she was wrong. We need to talk about what that Landman Season 3 trailer just showed us, because if you blinked, you probably missed the biggest clue of all. Cammy is not in control anymore, and the scariest part, she knows it. After everything that went down in Season 2, the firing, the betrayal, the power plays, Cammy stood there acting like she had won, like cutting Tommy loose was some bold, boss-level move. But was it really? Or was it the biggest mistake she's ever made? Because this trailer doesn't show a powerful CEO standing tall. It shows a woman isolated, cornered, and slowly realizing she pushed away the only person who knew how to survive this world. Let's be honest, Cammy thought she could run MTech on her own. She thought she could outsmart the pressure, the threats, the buried secrets Monty left behind. But what happens when confidence turns into desperation? What happens when the phone stops ringing and nobody shows up to help? There's this tension in the trailer that feels different, darker, slower, like a storm building in the background. Cammy walking through those offices doesn't look powerful anymore. It looks lonely. And that's not an accident, because for the first time, she doesn't have Tommy cleaning up the mess behind her. And here's where it gets interesting. Tommy isn't spiraling. He's not begging. He's not regretting anything. He's building. CTT is moving forward. The team is locked in. Cooper is stepping up. Rebecca looks sharper than ever. Even Nate seems more confident now that he's not stuck playing referee between Tommy and Cammy. It's almost ironic, isn't it? The man she fired is the one thriving. So now the question becomes, who really lost in Season 2? Because the trailer makes one thing very clear. Cammy is in trouble. And not just business trouble, legal trouble, dangerous trouble. The kind of trouble Monty used to shield her from. The kind of trouble Tommy knows how to handle. Remember those hidden documents? The ones with no electronic trail? Yeah, those are definitely coming back. And from the way the trailer frames it, Cammy may have uncovered something she was never meant to see. Something that doesn't just threaten the company, but her. And suddenly, all that pride doesn't seem so strong anymore. You can almost feel it, that shift, that moment where she realizes power without protection is useless. Control without allies is empty. She wanted independence. She got isolation. And now she needs the one man she publicly pushed away. But here's the problem. Tommy doesn't need her. That dynamic right there is going to define Season 3, because when the balance of power flips, things get ugly. And Tommy isn't the type to forget how he was treated. He took the hit, he walked away, he built something stronger. So if Cammy comes back asking for help, what's it going to cost her? Because let's not pretend Tommy's some saint. He protects his own, he protects his company, and right now, CTT is his future. Cammy, she's part of his past. Unless the threat is bigger than both of them. And that's what the trailer is hinting at. A bigger enemy, a deeper secret. Something Monty buried so well that even Cammy didn't fully understand it. What if the company wasn't just risky? What if it was rotten from the inside? And if that's true, then Cammy isn't just fighting to keep control. She's fighting to survive. But when the walls start closing in, will Tommy step back into the fire for her? Or will he finally let her face the consequences alone? Because if she really needs him now, why did she ever let him go? Now here's where things start to get really uncomfortable. Because the trailer doesn't just show Cammy struggling, it shows her cracking. And there's a difference. Struggling means you still believe you can win. Cracking means you're starting to realize you might lose. There's this energy around her in Season 3 that feels hunted. Like every move she makes is being watched, every decision's second-guessed. And the more she tries to look composed, the more obvious it becomes she's drowning. The board isn't backing her the way they used to. The investors don't look convinced. And the silence around her, that's the loudest part. Let's talk about pride for a second. Cammy's biggest strength has always been her refusal to bend. But in this world, refusing to bend can get you broken. She fired Tommy to prove a point. She wanted control. She wanted to show everyone she wasn't just Monty's grieving widow trying to hold on to scraps. She wanted to be feared, respected, untouchable. But fear doesn't equal loyalty. Tommy understood loyalty. That's why people followed him. That's why even after getting fired, his team didn't collapse. They moved with him. Cooper, Rebecca, Nate, Dale, they didn't hesitate. And that says everything. Meanwhile, what does Cammy have now? Tension in every meeting, doubt in every glance, and those documents hanging over her head like a ticking bomb. Because let's not forget, those papers weren't just hidden files. They were protected. No electronic trail, no digital footprint. Monty went old school for a reason. And if Monty was scared enough to hide something like that, what exactly was he hiding? Season 3 is clearly going to dig into that secret. And here's the twist nobody's talking about. What if the truth doesn't just destroy the company? What if it destroys Monty's legacy? Cammy has spent 2 seasons defending his name, fighting for his vision, sacrificing relationships to protect what he built. But what happens if she finds out the foundation was cracked from the start? That the man she's been defending made deals she can't undo? That would break anyone. And here's where Tommy becomes the missing piece again. Because Tommy knew Monty, not just the businessman, the man behind the power. He saw the cracks, he questioned things, he warned her, and she ignored him. So if the truth starts unraveling, who is she going to turn to? The board? They'll save themselves first. The investors? They'll pull their money. Galino? Please, that man doesn't help, he collects. Which brings us to Galino. That subtle threat from the finale is still hanging in the air, and the trailer makes it clear that his patience is not unlimited. Tommy may think he negotiated a powerful partnership for CTT, but let's be real. You don't take millions from a man like Galino without strings attached. Thick, heavy, unbreakable strings. And what if those strings start tightening at the same time Cammy's world is falling apart? Imagine this. Cammy desperate, exposed, possibly facing legal fire. Tommy building something strong, but suddenly realizing his investor expects more than just profit. What if Galino doesn't just want money? What if he wants influence, access, leverage? What if he sees Cammy's weakness as an opportunity? Now things get dangerous. Because if Galino starts circling MTech while Tommy is tied to him financially, that puts Tommy in an impossible position. Protect his own company or step in to stop something bigger from happening to Cammy. And let's not forget Cooper. That situation isn't buried, it's waiting. The man he beat died, and even if it was technically a heart attack, perception doesn't care about technicalities. Powerful families don't just move on, they retaliate. Quietly, strategically. What if someone uses Cooper as leverage? And what if the only way to protect his son is to cooperate with people he doesn't trust? Season 3 feels like it's setting up a chess game. Every move connected, every secret layered. And right in the center of it all are 2 people who refuse to admit they still need each other. Cammy needs Tommy because he knows how to survive storms like this. Tommy might need Cammy because whatever Monty bury could explode into something neither of them can control alone. But here's the real tension. Trust is broken. If she goes to him, will he believe her? Or will he think it's just another manipulation? And if he agrees to help, is it out of loyalty or strategy? Because let's be honest, Tommy doesn't make emotional decisions. He calculates, he protects his own. And right now, CTT is his future. Cammy, she's part of his past. Unless the threat is bigger than both of them. And that's what the trailer is hinting at. A bigger enemy, a deeper secret. Something Monty buried so well that even Cammy didn't fully understand it. What if the company wasn't just risky? What if it was rotten from the inside? And if that's true, then Cammy isn't just fighting to keep control. She's fighting to survive. But when the walls start closing in, will Tommy step back into the fire for her, or will he finally let her face the consequences alone? Because if she really needs him now, why did she ever let him go? And this is where everything flips. Because what if season 3 isn't just about Cammy needing Tommy, but about Tommy realizing he never fully escaped her world? The trailer feels like it's building towards something explosive. Not loud, not dramatic in an obvious way, but quiet, strategic, dangerous. The kind of danger that creeps in slowly and then hits all at once. And the more you think about it, the more it becomes clear. Their stories were never meant to separate cleanly. Tommy may have built CTT from the ground up. He may have his dream team locked in. He may look calm, focused, unbothered. But you don't spend years inside a machine like MTech without knowing where the bodies are buried. And if Cammy starts digging into Monty's hidden deals, those buried secrets won't just stay on her side of the fence. They'll spill over. Because what if those documents connect to contracts Tommy signed years ago? What if Galino's investment wasn't random at all? What if this entire shift, the firing, the split, the new company, was part of a bigger setup neither of them fully understood? Now that would change everything. Imagine Tommy realizing that the money funding CTT might be tied to something illegal Monty buried. Imagine him discovering that Galino knew more than he let on, that the investment wasn't about business growth, it was about positioning, influence, control. And suddenly, Tommy isn't just a rising entrepreneur, he's a piece on someone else's chessboard. That's when the protective father instinct kicks in harder than ever. Cooper's situation isn't just a loose thread anymore, it becomes leverage. Because powerful people don't attack directly, they apply pressure where it hurts the most. And Tommy has 2 pressure points, his son and his pride. Now think about Cammy during all of this. She's investigating, she's isolated, she's slowly realizing Monty's empire might have been built on alliances she never approved of. And the more she uncovers, the more dangerous it becomes for her to know the truth. Because knowledge in this world isn't power, it's risk. If she exposes what Monty did, she destroys his legacy. If she hides it, she becomes complicit. Either way, she loses something. And for someone who fought so hard to keep control, that's a brutal position to be in. So what does she do? Does she swallow her pride and walk into Tommy's office? Does she admit she was wrong? Does she say the words she never wanted to say? I need your help. And if she does, what kind of man answers that call? Because this is the version of Tommy we haven't seen yet. Not the loyal right-hand man, not the fired executive trying to rebuild, but a man with leverage. A man who finally holds the power in the dynamic. He could walk away. He could say no. He could let MTech collapse and prove that she should have trusted him from the start. But would he? That's the emotional tension season 3 is teasing. Underneath the power plays and business deals, there's unfinished history, years of partnership, arguments, respect, frustration, maybe even something deeper they both refuse to name. And when 2 strong personalities like that collide again under pressure, it's never simple. Because helping her could risk everything he's built. Refusing her could cost more than he realizes. And then there's the bigger threat hovering over both of them. What if Galino decides he doesn't want 2 separate companies competing in his orbit? What if he pressures a merger? What if he forces their worlds to collide financially, whether they like it or not? That would trap them in the same battlefield all over again, but this time with higher stakes and fewer illusions. Season 3 feels like it's about consequences. Every decision from Season 2 echoing back louder. Cammy's pride, Tommy's ambition, Cooper's fight, Monty's secrets. None of it is finished. It's all circling back. And here's the most unsettling thought of all. What if needing Tommy isn't Cammy's biggest problem? What if by the time she finally reaches out, it's already too late? Because in this world, timing is everything, and hesitation can cost you everything. So when the truth finally explodes, when alliances are exposed, when Galino makes his move, when enemies stop hiding in the shadows, will they stand together like they once did? Or will Season 3 prove that some partnerships, once broken, can never be rebuilt? Because one thing is certain after that trailer: she needs Tommy. But needing him doesn't guarantee he'll save her.